I, for one, didn't even know that there was going to be a Disney Plus Spider-Man cartoon, but here we go. They're relaunching yet another Spider-Man cartoon. How many have there been at this point? they can't seem to make these last more than 2-3 seasons, and this one is really going to poop the bed immediately because everything involved with this is a race swap, and the art looks atrocious. The whole concept feels very like 2017 Miles Morales, but with Peter Parker. It's a very bizarre idea for them to do this. But hey, this is what Disney Plus wants to do going into 2025. I think they've miscalculated their market again, and here we go. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things superhero and, of course, science fiction and fantasy. Really appreciate you guys being here. I am a fantasy and a comic book writer myself. If you like good superhero action, I give away the first volume, a full graphic novel of my Flying Sparks, one of the best kept secrets in comics right here. This book has sold more than 5,000 copies, done really, really well, and of course has a great fan base. There are 5 full volumes, so if you do like it and you have read it before, you can grab the rest on my web store as well. But just for signing up for my newsletter, I give it for free, and of course, I'm writing constant comics. We're going to have a lot coming in 2025. We're just getting started with a lot of fun. Please sign up today, and thank you so much. Grab your books. Let me know what you think. All right. So Disney Plus is releasing a new Spider-Man cartoon called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on January 29th, and the first trailer dropped from Marvel Entertainment. It shows a completely race-swapped supporting cast, including Harry and Norman Osborn as black men. After fans mostly praised X-Men 97, despite its woke activism, and yes, there was a lot of woke activism in it, it got completely ignored. It was really weird. There is a group of people that wants to believe these brands can recover so badly, and I get it. Everybody wants the nostalgia, everybody wants the feeling of what happened before to happen again. That they will completely ignore certain woke things and go, "It's not that woke," and then they get really mad at you. And I had a lot of people mad at me in the comments for being like, "Hey, they made Morph gay with Wolverine. That's pretty weird." And the showrunner is a weird gay activist, and and he hates you. So what's going on, guys? And of course, the first couple of episodes of X-Men 97 were about an anti-MAGA thing too. It was very clear, and so that's what they did with this. This Spider-Man looks even worse. I don't think anybody's going to fight me on this one because it's so over the top with the casting. It's like, hey, instead of doing I guess they got in the boardroom and they're like, okay, so we usually should race swap one person so they're black at this point, and we've done it with the Spider-Man movies with Zendaya being MJ, and now we're moving on. What do we want to do? Let's do Harry Osborn. Well, then we have to make Norman Osborn black too. Okay, let's do something different this time, guys. People are pushing back against this woke stuff. It's time to do even more. Let's make everybody black. That seems to be what happened at the Disney boardroom as this goes along right now. Now, it is doing pretty well trailer-wise, with likes and dislikes. I'm actually a little bit surprised because I thought there'd be a little bit more pushback on this, and so far, a lot of likes, not so many dislikes on it. And it's got a lot of views, almost 450,000 in 2 hours. But I think a lot of people haven't noticed the race swap yet. They've got their typical audience who's still there at this point versus everybody else. But I got into this, and it's really weird. So I go in, and here's Peter Parker's high school. There's a body-positive, large black lady who's a head taller than him. Maybe trans, I don't know. And then there's another Indian-ish looking lady, probably here from a H-1B visa. That's a hot topic right now. And then you got your blue-haired tips Asian they-them lady also. You notice this is Peter Parker's supporting cast. So they don't mention it in the trailers. You don't know who's yet, but somebody's probably going to be MJ here. Somebody's probably going to be Gwen Stacy. One of them at least. Maybe they have another MJ and Gwen Stacy in here, and it's not the case, or maybe they don't have them at all. But this is what they're doing with the supporting cast right away. Next up is a shot of their classroom where he's got a black teacher too. Now you're just starting to see this little trend. There's no white people except for Peter. What happened to them all? Where did they go? It's really, really weird. So naturally, Norman Osborn is revealed as the sinister guy, and here he's helping Peter Parker. Peter Parker starts out with this really funky costume. It's kind of like a halfway Scarlet Spider one. You remember the sweater, the sweatshirt that they had to make Ben Reilly look edgy in the 90s? A little bit like that. And, they're going with Peter Parker can't make a costume himself. If that's any good. He just has to do it like this. and of course, kind of scales back the character from what he was originally, right? As usual, it is a dumb design. They comment on how it's a dumb design, right? And so it's meant to be that way. And then Norman Osborn like hooks up with him, and he gets this like new white spider suit that like looks like it's all tech oriented and the like. So obviously Norman's going to try to control him. At first, there's going to be a conflict there. That seems to be what the series is leaning towards as a plot line. But the wokeness is absolutely crazy. Norman Osborn, as you can see, another black man. I mean, how many? Again, they're like 13% of the population. Why is every single person black? There's like one Asian. I mean, if you want to be realistic, I mean, wouldn't you have more Asians? I don't know. But Asians are not something they really want to promote too much. It's all about. I mean, it's very weird. But this is Disney Plus. This is Spider-Man. Now they've completely removed the cast. Now I've gone to the Wikipedia. There is an Aunt May, so apparently there are 2 white people in the show. And if you look at it, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you can find a little bit about it here. We've got a few characters coming in. You got Norman Osborn, we've seen, right? Of course, the CEO of Oscorp is Peter Parker, and Man in the Chair is his mentor, right? And this has been done in some iterations of Spider-Man already. We got Lonnie Lincoln as one of the characters here, who is Tombstone, okay? And it looks like he's going to be played by Eugene Bird. I don't know who that is. 8 Mile, I'm going to guess he's black on top of this, right? Grace Song? Okay. Oh, so the Asian lady is Grace Song. So there's no MJ, Peter Parker's best friend. That's the Asian lady. We got Harry Osborn, who's black. Otto Octavius, I guess. Okay, the white guy's going to be the bad guy. At least Charlie he's going to make a Daredevil appearance, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you like the old Daredevil stuff. You got May Parker and Bentley Whitman. Here we go. Bentley Whitman is a different character, the Wizard, who's going to be in here. So, okay, very, very weird. Maybe no MJ at all. Maybe they just completely are erasing her, just like they like to do in the comics at this point. I mean, that's what they do. If you've been reading the comics, they don't want Peter with MJ. They have him with a different personality every single time. It's very, very weird. Now, the worst part of all this is going to be Harry Osborn. Now, I showed it at the top. This was how they unveiled it in pictures right here. You didn't really see Harry. You kind of saw like this weird, he's got the Osborn-y hair there. And then he's got the earring, but when you get up to him right here, this is a funky design. Like this animation is just awful. I mean, whoever approved this is insane. But you can see his little haircut has this like you'd call it a man bun at first, but it's so feminine it actually looks like a female bun. Then he's got like these drawn on eyebrows that like like the women do after they shave their eyebrows off and then draw them on. I never understood why do women do that. Does anybody know? It's really ugly, I think. Sorry about that if you're a woman who's done that, but I just call it like it is. He's got like Asian-ish eyes, like maybe he's a mixed race, like half Asian, half black. But you can see like with his earrings and his shape here and his lips, like pouty big lips, like it's like either this is a racist characterization of black people. Did they do that with him? Yeah, I guess he's got a little bit of that. But they're very feminine looking here too. It's like he's a they them. So this is what I'm thinking is happening with I think they're turning Harry Osborn into like some effeminate, like sort of like they them type of character in this. And this is how they do things now. They're not going to actually be like, my gender is they them. Like he's probably not going to actually outright say it. He's just going to act it. And that way they're trying to corrupt the youth and actually get them into these lifestyles. That's what it's all about now. They think they can push back and still do it, but be less overt about it. They're actually going to be more subtle. This is not that subtle, but for a little kid it is, right? But it's something like, this is awful. I really don't know what they're thinking all the way around. This looks terrible on every single level. And then the trailer, unfortunately, you can't play trailers and react to them on YouTube anymore. They copyright strike you. It's really sad because that's the whole point of trailers. So, YouTube needs to change that. But the whole thing is a background music of it's like, here comes the Spider-Man from like the 60s cartoon, but it's remixed into like a hip hop song, like with rap on it. Like it's like they're trying so hard to be 2016. Like, hey, fellow blacks, Peter's just as hippity hoppity as Miles Morales. Yeah, wiki wow. It's like, I don't know what they're thinking, but this is not Spider-Man. This is trash. And that's what we got going. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. This is so wild. Hit the like and subscribe button, and do join my newsletter. I've got a great superhero story, guys. You're going to love it. Start with Flying Sparks today. Get on my newsletter, and I've got some wonderful comics coming in 2025 you're going to love too. I appreciate you all for being there and connecting, and thank you so much.